Hi, my name is Whitney Lomas. This is my treatment video number 3. I will be talking about my family and my life growing up. My mom and dad are originally from New York City. They met when they were younger at actually a music festival called Woodstock. They had my 2 older sisters and raised them in New York. Then my parents moved to Louisiana and they had me. I was actually a surprise. They weren't really planning to have another child, but they were happy to have one. So I have all sisters, no brothers. My 2 older sisters, I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. My oldest sister Rachel is married and has 3 kids. She has a boy and 2 girls. They have all graduated from high school, and their primary house is in Austin, but they have a second house in Maine, so it's really nice to go and visit them during the winter or summer. My middle sister, Joanna, she lives here in Atlanta. She's one of the reasons I moved here. She is also married and has 2 kids. She has a boy and a girl. My niece graduated high school last year, and my nephew is a freshman in high school this year. I lived with them for a year when I first moved here to get settled in and kind of figure out where I was going to buy a place. So that is a little bit about my sisters. I want to talk about my dog. Growing up, I got a dog named Zoe. I was pretty much an only child because my sisters were so much older than me that they had moved out of the house, and I was pretty lonely. I was kind of a weird child as well, so the dog just really helped me to get out of the house and do stuff. He was a Dalmatian, and at first he was very wild, and we had to get a trainer to come in and train him because he used to chase me around the house and bite my heels. But after we were able to train him, he became truly my best friend. He slept in the bed with me every night. I was so devastated when he died. He didn't live that long. She actually got kidney failure at 3. So it was very sad. The next thing I want to talk about is my friends growing up. I had friends in the neighborhood as well as I had friends at school. I was a pretty social kid and liked to be around other kids and hang out and do fun things. Most of the time when I hung out with people in the neighborhood, we just ran around in the woods and sold lemonade and did just different things. My parents were pretty relaxed and really wanted me out of the house until the lights came on outside. During the summer, I went to summer camps, so that was really fun. My mom did a great job of always scheduling summer camps for me to go to, as well as going to visit my grandparents and my aunts. My grandparents at that time lived in New Jersey, and they lived in a retirement village where they had clubhouses and shuffleboard, 3 pools, tons of activities. So it was always a lot of fun to go visit with them because there was always something going on in their community. They had a bake sale, you name it, they had it. And after I visited with my grandparents for about 2 or 3 weeks, we would drive up to New York to go see my aunt who lived in New York. She would always get me tickets to a Broadway show, as well as take me to some cool restaurant in the city that was themed. I went to a restaurant that was a Mars theme. She always planned super fun activities for me. I feel really lucky to have experienced so much of New York when I was so young, and every year I went, we did something different, so it was always just a new experience. Not only did I go visit my mom's sister, but I also would go visit my dad's sister. My dad's sister lived in Long Island, which was also nice because she lived right next to the beach. And she had a daughter that was just a year older than me, so it was a lot of fun to hang out with her. We would go raspberry picking, or we would walk to the grocery store and get ice cream, or we would walk to the beach and be at the beach all day. It was so much fun just being on an island and kind of living the island life. So that's just a little bit about me and my background and how I grew up as a child.